Hello year 8s. In this video we are going through question 3 for exercise 4M. The question asks us to find the length of the unknown side in these right angle triangles, and we need to give the answer correct to two decimal places. So for the first one here, A, we can see that there is one side that we don't know. We know the hypotenuse here, which is the longest side. Hypotenuse. Okay, and remember we use the letter C to label the hypotenuse. We also know one of the shortest side here too. Now, let's call this one A, okay? Because remember in our Pythagoras theorem we got three letters A, B, and C. So I'm just going to call this A, and that makes this B. So in order to find out A, we have an equation. Okay, so A is equal to square root of C square minus B square. Okay, so very similar to the Pythagoras theorem, which is again square root of A square plus B square. There's only a few differences here. So I mean, you've got a minus this time instead of a plus. Okay, and so we're just going to put this into our formula. Just going to put the numbers into the formula. So we have square root of C, which is 3, so 3 square, minus B, which is 2, so 2 square. Okay, and what we just have to do is just need to put this into our calculator. So square root of 3 square minus 2 square. Okay, and we have an answer. Now we want two decimal places, right? So 2.23. I noticed that after the 3 is a 6. That means that we need to round the 3 up. Okay, so our answer is going to be 2.24. Okay, now your calculator, some of your calculator may give you a little bit of a different answer. Okay, so 3 square is 9 and 2 square is 4, so 9 minus 4, that's going to give you square root of 5. So your calculator may give you this answer here. Okay, now this is the same as this, okay, in value. They look different, but they have the same value. Okay, now if your calculator gives you this, what you need to do is press this button here with the two arrows. Okay, and that's going to change that to a decimal answer. Now remember that you need to show you're working out, so I only need you to, write this first step here, okay, with the numbers plugged into the formula, and then the answers, okay? So only two things there, okay, not too much, so I need you to show you're working out, please. Now, for the second one here, again, we've got the hypotenuse, so this is our C, which is 14. This time, I am going to call this side, the unknown side, B, okay? Really doesn't matter whether we call this A or B, but I'm just going to call it B just to show you that you can still do the same thing. And that makes the 8A. So our formula for this one to find B is equal to square root of C square minus A square. So as you can see there, this one here and this one here, they are very similar to each other. And I'll probably just gonna write this one here just to separate two questions. Okay, so we're gonna put in the numbers. Okay, so C square, C is 14, so 14 square minus a, which is 8, so 8 squared, and do not forget the square root sign. So again, we're just going to put this into our calculator. So square root of 14 square minus 8 square, and that gives us an answer of 11.48 to 2 decimal places. Now after the 8 is a 9, so we need to round this up. So 11.49 is our answer. Now, your calculator again may give you a different answer, slightly different. So 14 square minus 8 square is 132. So your calculator may give you an answer like this, square root of 132. Okay? Again, these two answers have the same value, even though they look different. So what you have to do is you need to change this into a decimal. Okay? And you do that by pressing this button here. And finally, we've got E. Oh, and by the way, just before I move on to E, so these two answers here, they're what we call an exact answer. Okay, that will give you the exact answer. Now this one here, as you can see, we've only got 2 decimal places, but remember when we did that on our calculator, the answer is quite long, right? It's got a lot more decimal places following these two. So these are what we call the approximate answer because we've rounded them. These are called the exact answer. Okay, and there's actually a special name for these kind of number, and the textbook does mention the name. We call them surd. S-U-R-D-S. Okay, so surd. So they are when we have like a square root and then there's something inside there, like a number. Okay, so this is what we call surd. Now you really don't need to know. We're not going to do much with this information at year 8, but for high year level, then we can come back to this later. Okay. All right. So, moving on to E here. So again, this is our hypotenuse here, C. And this one here, we've got another shorter side, and we want to find out this one. So I want to label this side A this time, okay? And this side B. All right. So our formula is A is equal to square root of C square minus, sorry, that looks like it's Z there, C square minus B square. So putting in the numbers, C is 14, so 14 square minus B, which is 9, so 9 square, okay? Don't forget the square root sign there. Okay, so we would have square root of 14 square minus 9 square. And that gives us 10.72. After the 2, there's a 3. So that means that we don't have to round this up. So it's just going to be 10.72. 10.72. Okay? And just in case your answer gives you something that looks a bit different, so 14 square minus 9 square is 115. So if your calculator gives you square root of 115, you know that you've got the right answer there. You just need to press this button here to change it to a decimal number. Okay, so these are our answers for question 3. I hope that this helps you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.